In this video, we want to give strangers a chance to share something that's shaped their outlook on life. When we started ACHIEVEYOU, we didn't know that we'd be asking people deep questions. We went to colleges to do How Deep Will You Go? We've asked strangers super deep questions, and one of the most impactful ones is, what's a humbling life experience? And it's because his answer just hits. What's the most humbling experience you've ever had?
Without a question, that would be waking up in the hospital after being married 28 years and your wife's gone. She run off with another man. I was in there for back surgery, but I didn't know she was already seeing someone else. And it was a shock. It was something I wasn't aware of. I even had an imagination that would happen after being married 28 years. That wasn't the bad part. It's just being blindsided and not realizing the groundwork that was being taken place. She was getting a post office box and selling my house. And I went from having a house on the golf course, a house at the beach at Gulf Shores, to no house at all. And basically the Alabama lawyer put me on the street without just anything that I worked all my life for, and now I'm 68. And, I wish I'd made better plans. Reminds me of somebody told me one time, save money so money can save you. I didn't make any preparations at all for that. If anybody's watching this that can learn from my mistake, I hope they do.
So a few weeks ago we were downtown and we asked this guy, what was your most humbling life experience? Everybody received it so well, and that was probably the most thought out and just best answer we've ever heard to any of our questions. So yeah, we decided to make an entire YouTube video revolving around that to capture everybody's different stories and what they've learned through just living life.
Hey, how did y'all? I wrote this. Alright, so what's your name?
My name's Mike.
A humbling life experience.
Well, usually you get humbled by things that don't go so well.
Okay, my name's Jack. One of my most humbling life experiences would probably be when my girlfriend dumped me. I dated her for around a year. Things were getting rough. She struggled a lot with mental illness, and I tried to help her the best she could. In the end, she dumped me over text.
My car broke down outside of Tallahassee one time, and that was terrible. And I had to resort back to asking my parents for help. The first time in years, but they came through.
And I figured out later, I think what happened is she really just wanted to get with another dude. So I felt a lot of resentment towards myself because I spent a lot of time worrying about her because I thought she was gonna hurt herself. And then when I found that she was just with another guy, I just had so much resentment.
Well, I was a housing director at a fraternity house once. The fraternity used a lot of drugs. The university kicked them off, so all the parents of the fraternity went to me demanding refunds for their rent. That couldn't happen because we already paid the rent to the actual landlord.
But it was you don't want to go back and ask your parents for help for nothing, after you move out and stuff like that. So,
but it was good in the end because I'm only 19 and that taught me to let go. Learning to let someone go, that's a very healthy lesson, and I don't regret it.
I got threatened for my physical safety in my life.
How long did it take you, that situation to resolve?
That was back in 2018 when it started. I'm still feeling the effects of it now.
Humbling life experience. Man, when your kid's sick, so my daughter's walking down there, she's had 2 liver transplants. Man, not a lot you can do about it, right? So doctors, you have to defer to them. You've got to defer to the hospital. We stayed there, 90 days the first time, 60 days the second time. And you realize you're not in control.
So would you say you're healed from it?
Yeah, I've healed from it. I think healing's, I don't know, it's such a process. I don't feel any more pain from it, but every now and then I'll think about it, and I usually just think of the good parts, but it doesn't affect me negatively anymore. I've moved on.
When I graduated college, I wanted to be in business and in production management. After I got out of the military, I got a job in production management, the thing I'd always wanted to do, and I found out I was awful. Worked in a tire factory as a production manager, and after about 6 months, I realized this was not for me.
What's helped you kind of get through it and just come to terms with all that?
Well, my wife's amazing, family, friends. I don't know, you just get through it. You wake up in the morning and you go to the end of the day, and then you wake up in the morning, you go to the end of the day, and you wake up in the morning, you go to the end of the day, just like everybody does. It's funny, people be like, I don't know if I could do that. And it's well, what are you gonna do? Run away?
I began to look for other options, ended up quitting that job and going back to school and became an architect, and have been doing it ever since. So sometimes you learn from the things that humble you, been an architect for 40 years now.
I will tell you, Ladarius, that I have been dancing since I've been like little. And movement has always really been a love of mine. So about 6 years ago, I started noticing this weird pain that started to happen in my lower back, and I could just never stretch it out. I had a couple of like back occurrences where my back went out. Well, in November, it totally blew out, and it happened to be a disc in my back. And it sent me into months of the worst pain that I've ever been in my life. I couldn't sit without pain. I couldn't sleep without pain. I couldn't lay down without pain. And so in March, I had to have surgery after having injections and physical therapy and things that were not working. This was very, very humbling for me because it felt like in that season that it was a season of loss, of limitation of things that I wasn't able to do, one of which being a love for movement and a love for dance. And when you experience pain like that, you never truly know what pain is for yourself until you feel it for yourself. I'm thankful to say that by the grace of God, I am on the path to healing. I'm not 100% yet, but I am believing God for His hand and for total restoration. And I give glory to God for the fact that I can move and I'm getting out there and dancing again. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share my story. Actually, thank you for chasing me down.
I appreciate you sharing that.
Man, no, not at all.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Austin?
Oh,
Pleasure,
yeah, Austin.
gentlemen. Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing that, man.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate that, bro.
All right, bro.
I just want to take a quick PSA. I love when I see dudes willing to open up, especially to random people in public. Because you can tell, like, all of us want to open up, but we never have, like I'm talking about, I don't like opening up unless I'm specifically asked.
Are you talking about how we just don't randomly just open up how we did? All right, guys, this video was a success. Good video. If you like it, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Everybody in the comments, give us your humbling life experience. If you like these type of videos,
What the fuck?
Oh, wow. I'm just going to say direct message us. Direct message us. All right. But if you like these type of videos,
If you like this type of videos, DM us on Instagram that you want to see more, and we'll make it happen.
Yep.
I got big plans, so please don't try to see me when it's over.
Yo, what the fuck? You look kind of strong though.
Hey, I didn't notice you. You want me asking why you Oh, nice, okay.
You gotta watch your back, cause you know you're not alone. But I thought it was an act, cause the show wasn't over.
Hey, boys, what y'all got to say? What y'all got to say?
Like the video. Like the video.
They said I couldn't do it, so I had to go show 'em. I've been on my up and downs, got me roller coaster. They got me on a spell because I went back to the potions. No, don't say stolen, I can't show any emotion. I got big plans, so please don't try to see me when it's over.